Okay, so we said we can get, yeah, go ahead. No, don't worry. Mine is also still loading. It will load. It will probably take some time. Okay, it will load. It's going to take a long time to load, so it's still loading. Okay, that is what why I said we should wait while we continue the slide. By the time we are done with the entire lesson two, module two slide, we'll come back to it. By then, it should have finished loading. Okay, so if it is rolling like this, it means it is installing. If you can see it rolling this way, that means it is installing. This means it is installing. Okay, or it's downloading it. If your link is not very strong, it's not going to be very fast. So we'll continue while we expect that to be completed before we. All right. So lesson two, we continue lesson two. We said we can get data from database, from flat file. We can also get data from analysis services, which is part of the SQL Server software. And what we need to provide is just the link. We need to provide the link. Okay, in the case of this one, we are talking about the SQL Server analysis, which can be found on this particular site, and the name of the database will also need to be specified. All right. Which query language do you use to extract data from SQL Server? Who knows the answer? Is there anyone who can provide which query language do we use to extract data from SQL Server? Okay, the query language that we use is called the SQL programming language. Okay, so which query language do we use? It is called TSQL. T means Transact SQL. Transact SQL is the flavor or the SQL programming language that Microsoft created based on the standard SQL. So their own proprietary SQL language is called TSQL. Oh, the download says error executing script. Wow. Okay, we'll look at it. We'll look at it. All right, so the query language we use to extract data from Microsoft SQL Server is TSQL, Transact Query Language. If you know any other SQL language before, you can still use it. So Microsoft own is called TSQL, which means Transact SQL. Transact SQL. That is Microsoft's SQL programming language. Oracle also have their own, okay, but all of them they are from the standard SQL programming language. So once you know SQL, irrespective of the database, whether it is Microsoft SQL or MySQL or Oracle SQL, to a large extent you can write the same language except for some specific command that is not in other server, but it is only going to work with SQL Server. So all the command of TSQL will work with Microsoft SQL Server, even if it does not work with maybe Oracle Database Server, but will work with SQL Server from Microsoft. You are creating a Power BI report with data from Azure Analysis Services Cube. When the data refreshes in the cube, you would like to see immediately in the Power BI. How will you connect? How will you connect to this? That is called Connect Live. So you can ensure that you specify Connect Live as a way by which you want your data to always refresh with the data from the source. You can have data in your Power BI report, and that data will keep changing as the source data is changing when you use a Connect Live. Okay, What can you do to improve performance when you are getting data in Power BI? What can you use? You can do some calculations in the original data source that can help you to improve performance by doing calculation. We gave example of you can do calculation by combining unit price multiplied by the unit number of units or quantity multiplied by unit price can give you a calculation of something like amounts. So if you look at what we have here, so you see when you are specifying your source, sometimes you are required to provide to choose whether you want to import or you want connect live. So when you use connect live, what does that mean? Connect live means that anytime the data from the source, anytime it changes, then it will, once you refresh your Power BI, it will have the current data. It will have the data that is exactly the same with what you have in your database. If you select imports, it means that it will copy that data, keep a copy on the Power BI desktop, and then you will be having a copy of it. If you want to refresh, you can still refresh, but if you refresh, you will need to reconnect again. But with a connect live, it will automatically be doing the refresh for you because you is not keeping a copy on the desktop. So when you are working with data that has a lot of rows, millions of rows, it is better to use a connect live. But when the number of rows are not so many, you can actually import that data, okay? And then you'll be working with the imported data. So you can either use connect live or import data to work. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, let me see. Okay, mine is saying executing the job timeout after 10 minutes. Oh, okay. Let's click again. Let me let me see. Okay, I can't even see that part from here. Well, if the error persists, I think what we can do is to close and relaunch again because I have downloaded earlier today and it did work. I downloaded also in the course of the weekend. It did work. So yeah, I can hear you. Okay. Okay. It says okay. Cannot find the path. Okay. Roaming temp all file D all file. Okay. Okay. Let me see from here. Users. App data. Okay, it says the path does not exist. Ooh, okay, don't worry. Um, there's a workaround. Let me go to the GitHub. GA100. Yep. All right, so let's just okay, we'll use the workaround. Okay, I'll give the link for the GitHub. Okay, if you can see my screen, please launch the browser. Can we launch the browser and just type instead of the Microsoft Bing, type GitHub DA100. Hello, are we there? All right, so I said you should type GitHub space DA minus 100. Then to take you to this place, so click on this link. So when you click on the GitHub link, it will take you to this place. Are you where I am? It will take you here. All right, so if you are here, this is the lab all files. Click on the all files. Okay, so we need all of this. So how do we get all of this? What we need to do is come back to this Power BI. Yep. Okay. Can you click down here? Download zip. Click on the code. Then you click on downloads zip. Click on the code. Click on download zip. Click on download zip. So it's downloading it for you. Can we continue while the download continues? Are we all able to download? Can we continue? Okay. So I came to search for GitHub DA-100, and then it gave me the first option. I click on the first option. Then after the first option, you come to this code, that green part. You see the code. Click on this code. Click on it. Then you select download zip. Is that fine? You do have. Did you search for GitHub? Did you search through this? And did you get this same one? Did you get this one as the first option? So did you see this code? Can you see this code? Can you see my where I put my mouse? This one. Click on it and click on download zip. All right. Is there any other person with a problem with that? So that's exactly what this thing is supposed to do. The download to D drive. So if it doesn't work, we'll work with it this way. Every content in it is already downloaded now. Can we continue now? Why this download continues? Because it's going to take time for this one to download as well. Do we agree we should continue? All right. Thank you. All right. So that is about the lesson one. Lesson two under the module two talks about how do we optimize performance. Since we know how to get data, that I have shown before. So if we know how to get data, the next one is how do you optimize the data when you get the data. Okay, you can select a storage mode for your data, specify the storage mode of your data, and Power BI will determine whether to cache the data for reports or to set the storage for each table individually. So here, when we get our data, we can decide that, okay, we want to import. Import means we want to keep a copy of the data on our Power BI desktop. Okay, and then direct query means we are not importing, we just want to be able to run a report on the data that is resident on the source database. Okay, and we can also do dual. Dual means it will both import and also we can do direct query. That means if there is any update from the database, you also see the updates each time because it's doing both importing and direct query. Okay, we can fix performance issue by transforming it. That's what transform does. We can fix issue with transforming. We can also, when we click on transform, there is a tool which is called diagnostics option, a tool for creating a section diagnostics. All of this will work with once we start now. We can optimize our query performance. The performance in Power Query depends heavily on the performance at the data source. That is, if at the data source the performance is poor, you can improve it to an extent from your Power BI. However, you cannot do so much. That is why the data itself, the data source, should not be such that we'll have a lot of performance issue. So you can follow performance tuning guideline of the source products. That means based on the source, and also some performance tuning can be done in Power BI as well. So it's better to first try to do it from the source product, improve the performance from the SQL database or from your MySQL database or Postgre database or Oracle database. Then you can also do more with a Power BI. Okay, and then we have what they call a query folding. Everything we do in the Power BI, there is a apply step that shows us all the steps of what we have done. And we can always, from this particular query folding, we can cancel anyone we want to cancel. We can move anyone up or down as the case may be. So let me show us this one from my own. Okay, the download has not finished, I'm sure. Okay, fine. All right, so let's look at mine from here. Power BI. What I'm downloading is still downloading. Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, let's look at. Did you download from here? Are you on the same this place? And what is the size? The size of the file, it's about 30, okay, 42.5 meg. Is that the same size you have? Okay, so you downloaded the right thing. Maybe your speed is better than our speed. Okay, mine is still remaining 3 minutes. All right, but even though I've not finished downloading, even if you have not finished downloading, you can click on this Power BI. You can follow me as I run these reports. Let me close everything else here. You can click on the Power BI desktop. All right, so you can come to this place. Please follow. As you can see, someone sent the chart. Okay, downloaded. All right. We wait for everybody to download. But while we are waiting for everybody to download, please follow me. You click on your Power BI desktop. You're opening it for the first time. Try to click once. If you click twice, it's going to open two. Like mine now, it's open twice because I double click. I don't need the two because it's going to slow. All right, so I've clicked on it. So you can click on Get Started. Are we there? Hello, I can hear you. How do you? Okay, let me see from here your screen so I know exactly what's the name again. Okay, cool. Let me check now. Okay, yeah, you are already on this desktop. I can see your desktop data analyst. Just click on the Power BI desktop, the second to the last one on your left side of the screen. Okay, I can see it says reconnecting. Okay. Yeah, this is your screen. All right, so I can release your screen for you. Okay. All right, so everybody can see my own screen. So is everybody here? So this one, Power BI desktop and the Power BI service work better together. Sign in to enhance your collaboration and access organization content. If it's showing this, please click on this place. Click. After that, you come to resources. After that, you go to the instruction side on your right hand side. On your right hand side, where you have the instruction, you will see resources. You see username there. You see a capital T. Click on that capital T. It will put your username. It will, don't copy my own. Your own will be different from mine. Just click on the T that you have. Just look at my own screen. Click on the T. It will put your own username. It's not going to be the same as mine. Are we okay? So we click on continue. It's trying to sign in. So we select the same username And the password we are going to use is here. The same password that is here, you click on T. And then you click on sign in. Are we okay with that step? So I can click here to minimize, okay? So while we are waiting for data to complete, we can add data to our reports. Here we have example. Did you come to resources? Did you click on this? Did you click on this T and you use the password? Okay. What you can do is to go to the what you can do is to come to this place and type powerbi.com. 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 Are we there? So you click on, you can click on sign in, or you can click on try for free, either one, either way. So if I use this one, try free, it will ask for my email. So you use this same email. You click on next. Okay, look like you already have your Microsoft customer. Sign in to get Power BI in your account. So you click on sign in. It's asking for password. You click on the password that is here. You click sign in. You can click to save or not to save. And then you can click yes. And then you can click on get started. All right, so it takes you to somewhere like this. Okay, so you come back to this place. Supposed to show. Okay, already I can see MOD administrator. So it will show here if you have been able to connect. Are we good? So what we downloaded, I suppose everybody has been able to download now. You have all been able to down. Yes. It's not 45. It's not 43. Okay, so let me show you. What you need to do, go to the browser. Can you please follow? Type GitHub DA-100. Enter. It will show you this one. Have you? The first one. Is it showing this when you are you using Microsoft Bing? Is it showing like this? Microsoft Bing, GitHub. Can you say GitHub? If it's not the first one, can you just look for where you have this GitHub? Okay, let me see your screen from here. What is the name? What's the name? Okay, Clement. Okay.